and don't light your barbecue grill until after you've met today's special guest. Look at him cooking up a storm out there. Coming up next, how to get grins from your grilling. Welcome back. We're out here with Steve Lelle from Spice Right Barbecue in Lilburn. He is cooking up a storm out here, and he's going to give you some tips on how you can make your barbecue better this summer. Good morning.
Good morning.
What all are we cooking here?
Well, we're going to do some grouper on the half shell. We're doing some ribeye steaks, an almost foolproof way of cooking some ribs, and some corn on the cob cooked in the husks.
Okay, start with the ribs. They look like they're tasty.
Well, the first trick for the ribs, you need to move over to this table over here.
Okay, all right.
And you start out, make a little pan with aluminum foil.
Okay.
And just pour some apple juice on them.
Ooh. Now what does that do? That tenderizes them a little bit, doesn't it?
And it tenderizes them, it moisturizes them,
okay,
and it enhances the flavor.
Okay.
Then you just fold them over and close them. And then you stick them on your grill. And the trick is you want to cook these at 200 degrees for 6 hours.
Okay, in the oven?
In the oven.
Okay.
200 degrees for 6 hours.
Okay.
After the 6 hours, you'll take them off the grill, and then you baste them with your sauce.
Okay.
And then you cook your sauce into them.
Okay.
And when you're finished, which you'll see at the end of the segment, there'll be some of the best, most moist, tender ribs you've ever had.
Look at that. Just come right off the bone there. Oh, boy, that looks good. Okay. So the secret is you put them in the oven for a little bit, and then you finish them out on the grill.
Exactly.
All right. Talk about the corn now.
Okay, well, with the corn, you want to soak it in water for about 30 minutes. After it soaks in the water...
What does that do?
It moisturizes, gets the water and moisture throughout it.
Okay.
And it helps keep the corn itself more moist whenever you're cooking.
Okay.
You just throw it on the grill and just let it cook.
Okay.
And then when it's finished, you just pull the husk back. Into the segment, we'll show you how nice it comes out.
All right, I'll look forward to that.
All
That
right.
sounds good. Nice and easy. Okay, and the steak.
Okay, the first secret on cooking a great steak is you have to start with a good piece of meat.
All right.
All right, going with the U.S. choice really isn't good enough. When you get your piece of meat, you want to lick and make sure you have good marbling.
Okay.
Then when you get your good marbling like that, just whatever size steak you want.
All right. It's better to buy it whole like that than have it sliced already?
I prefer to do it this way because you have more control over it.
All right.
And also you get a better price on it.
All right. Sounds good. All right, well, Steve, we're going to let you get busy on these steaks, and we're going to head back to the studio. Monica's going to tell us a little bit about the weather this afternoon for all those folks who want to get out there and do a little barbecue.
Okay, great.
And we'll check in with our master barbecuer who will share his delicious details on grilling the perfect meal. Look at... And we'll check back in with our barbecue expert, still cooking up a storm. Check that out. Welcome back. Steve Lelle with Spice Right Barbecue has fixed up a feast here. Monica's already tasted a little bit. What'd you get a piece of?
I had some of the steak. It is so tender. It'll absolutely melt in your mouth, this one. And I got my big bucket here to fix my little self a little treat there.
Take your plate home.
Exactly.
You sound like me, girl. What is the secret to cooking that steak? It seems like you had some spices and things on it.
Well, the first thing I had done, which is a good secret, is you want to coat your steak with some type of oil. And the reason being because with mussel being mostly water, the water evaporates. The oil on there puts a seal on the outside. It keeps most of the moisture and juices inside the steak while you're cooking. So that's what gives you a more moist steak.
I had no idea. What about butter? Butter doesn't work the same way, or does it?
No, actually, butter works pretty well. I use liquid margarine on it this time.
Okay, all right. Some nice seasonings. And you wanted to ask about the...
I wanted to ask about the seafood because I love seafood, and I'm just wondering, a lot of times when I've tried to grill, most of the meat ends up down at the bottom with the coals and stuff, so I'm just trying to figure out, how did you keep it together? What's the best technique in preparing that?
Well, that's why I call it grilling it on the half shell. You leave the skin and scales on. And then I coated that with some Italian seasoning, Italian salad dressing, then a little bit of seasoning and some lemon pepper. Then you put it on the grill skin side down. Cook it under a fairly high heat, and then you just put your spatula underneath, you lift the meat off, very moist, very tender.
That keeps it together.
And that keeps it together.
All right, well, what is this right here?
That's a Boston butt, which was barbecued. Now, that was cooked the traditional way, 12 hours, overnight. It's done on a slow heat, natural hickory smoke. It's got our own seasonings on it.
And you were going to tell us about the corn on the cob, how you got it so clean there, without all the husk, and no need for an old toothbrush to get all the little pieces of...
Exactly. When you cook it on the husk like that, after soaking it in the water, when you peel the husk back, the silks come right off with it. And you come up with nice, clean corn.
I need to start grilling my corn. I had some last night, and I was out there with, trying to peel it and get all those little things out. I just put it on the grill.
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about all that mess. Won't even have to take the haul off at the grocery store.
Wow,
That's
this
great.
is
I like.
incredible.
Ooh, this looks good. Is this barbecue Brunswick stew?
Yes, it is. Brunswick stew.
Ooh, homemade Brunswick stew. Well, we'll have to have you back, and you'll have to give us a recipe for that as well. All right.
Sure.
Tell us where Spice Ride is.
We're at Lilburn, Georgia, on Highway 29, right in between Jimmy Carter Boulevard and Indian Trail Road.
All right, and all these trophies up here.
Yeah, these are just a couple of them that we have. We've gone to several barbecue cook-offs, and we've won over 200 different trophies in various cook-offs in various different states.
Incredible. Thank you so much for being out
Thank
here.
you.
This is wonderful. Now we're going to head back out to Mark Mullins, who's at the Home and Garden Show. Mark, wants to worry about, get out there, get the grill, invite the friends over, the family, have a big time, crank up the jukebox.
And work on your corn, Kathy.
All right, I'm gonna be working on my corn. All right. Please join us tonight on CBS 46 News at 6 for the latest on the SARS outbreak. We'll have the latest on that and the search for a suspected cop killer. We'll see you then.
Bye.